Okay, for this one, I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do once using substitution and once using grouping. Again, if one works better for you, then go with that. So I'm going to start with grouping, just because that's the order that it comes up in the book. Grouping, we start with our equation 10x squared plus 3x minus 4. And if we set up the little cross thing, and you don't have to do this, I just do this to keep track of all my numbers. Up here on the top, we do a times c, so 10 times -4, so that's -40. And then in the bottom, we get the 3. So we need some way of getting a +3 when we're using factors to get -40. Factors of 40, 4 and 10, can't get 3 from that. 5 and 8, 5 times 8 is 40. 8 minus 5 is 3, so let's do a +8 and a -5. -5 times 8 is -40. 8 minus 5 is +3. Okay, so then we rewrite our equation. We break up our middle number. So it's now 10x squared plus 8x minus 5x minus 4. And for this one, I don't have, for this -5x minus 4, I don't have a common factor there besides 1. I do for the 10x squared plus 8x, but I notice also that the 8x would have a common factor with the -4. And so because it doesn't really matter how the order I write this in, I'm going to rewrite this as 10x squared minus 5x plus 8x minus 4. Now I have common factors for each of these. So I'm going to break these up into their factors. 10x squared minus 5x. I can take a 5x out of both of those, so that becomes 5x. 5x times 2x gives me 10x squared, and times -1 gives me -5x. Plus, from this one, I can take out a 4, and 4 times 2x gives me 8x minus 1. And now I have this common factor of 2x minus 1, so I can factor that out. And we have 2x minus 1 times what is left, 5x and 4. So 5x plus 4. And that would be our answer for that one. Okay, that's by grouping. And now let's do it by substitution. Substitution is easy, but it does take more steps. So we're going to start again with 10x squared plus 3x minus 4. And we're going to multiply everything by our a value. Our a value is just the coefficient of our x squared term. So multiply everything by 10. 10 times 10x squared is 100x squared. But we're going to write 100x squared like this. Just 10x in parentheses, everything is squared. So 10x to the second power is 10x times 10x, which is 100x squared, plus 3 times 10x minus 40. Okay, and then we could write this out as 100x squared plus 30x minus 40, but that doesn't really get us to where we want to go. The reason we do this is because now we can use substitution and say that u is equal to 10x. And we can change these out now. So 10x to the second power is now u to the second power, plus 3 times 10x is the same thing now as 3 times u. And that minus 40, we didn't do anything with that. So we have u squared plus 3u minus 40. And now we're going to do our factoring. We're looking for two factors of 40 that when we add them, we get 3, which we figured that out for the grouping. We know that it is +8 and -5. And so we can rewrite this as u plus 8 times u minus 5. But then we need to replace our 10x back. We need to put our 10x back in there. And figuring out where to put the 10x back in, not always the easiest. In this case, it's going to be a little bit, I mean, we have to put it back into both, but all right, so we're going to unsubstitute now, and we're going to take our u and replace it with the 10x. So we're going to have 10x plus 8 and 10x minus 5. Now, this is where it's a little unclear what to do. So we need to pull out that 10 that we put in at the beginning, and we could do it from either parenthesis. I'm going to say that the one that has factors of 10 or factors of 10 or what's products of 10. Anyway, this 10x minus 5 is probably going to be the easier one, but we don't end up with the greatest answer at that point. We have 10x plus 8 and x minus 1/2. And we don't really like that very much. But if we look at our other parenthesis, 10x plus 8, we can factor a 2 out of that. And so we have 2, unless I erase it, we have 2 times 10x, not times 10x, we factored a 2 out. That leaves it as 5x plus 4 times x minus 1/2. And then we can multiply that 2 into the other parenthesis, and we end up with 5x plus 4 times 2x minus 1, which is what we got for the other one, although we did flip around the order. And that's it.